This is for all the lonely people, thinking that life has passed them by.
Don't give up until you drink from the silver cup and ride that highway in the sky.
This is for all the single people, thinking that love has left them dry.
Don't give up until you drink from the silver cup, and you'll never know until you try.
Well, I'm on my way.
Yes, I'm back to stay. Well, I'm on my way back home. All right, it's Friday and it is truly happy hour time
This
here.
is the real happy hour this week, everyone.
Yes, it is. I'm so excited. In fact, one of my little condiments just fell out of my drink here. Let me get that back in there. Oh boy, that is going to be messy. And you know what? Messy the better. And do we have an incredible Bloody Mary concoction that Wendy has put together. Wendy, tell us about this masterpiece for our Big Friday show finale of the week.
Pizza Queen Wing Extreme. Really good. And you can try it at your own home. So, shout out to Big John's Pizza Queen, Robbie Johnson's staff and family are really doing a great job keeping it safe. You go to their white picket fence. They have certain hours. They only want a few employees there to keep it safe. They bring the food out to you, and it is fabulous.
That looks amazing.
This is going to be a great Friday night drink with wings. Who doesn't want wings on a Friday night with a Bloody Mary? So it's buffalo and sweet teriyaki are the flavors we pick, but they have many flavors. So treat yourself.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter the combination because a Bloody Mary goes with anything.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. You can put any type of wing in there and it's still going to taste delicious. Now, I want to tell everyone, Wendy, of a little thing we're going to do this week. When you go to our YouTube channel and when you watch this particular show, in the comment section, we want you to tell us what your favorite Bloody Mary of the week was. And we're going to be starting with Monday. And let me just give a little recap of each of the Bloody Marys that we had. Don't forget the Brekkie Bloody.
That was a good one.
That was a good breakfast Bloody.
Love that.
We had the Buona Vita Bloody, which was the meatloaf and the suggestive sausage.
That was a creative one. That was creative.
Yes, that was very creative there. And then we had the grilled cheese Bloody.
That was just so yummy.
So good. And then the Marighi Bloody.
That was great.
And you're gonna
fantastic.
That was another one that had some amazing shrimp in it. Mm-hmm. And then we're going to finish off, of course, with today's, which is the Pizza Queen Wing Extreme Bloody Mary.
This is going to be good.
So pick your Bloody Mary of the week and write it in the comments section on our YouTube page for this episode of We Real. All right, Wendy, a thing that we like to do at bars sometimes, you know, when we go to the happy hour. What is that we kind of
so
like to do?
So we play the name game. We're going to play a game today.
Oh, I love it.
And we're going to just stick this right on Gary's forehead. Let's hope it sticks.
Okay, all right. I feel like it's on there. Can we get this producer? Is that good enough?
We can stick it on the hair a little.
Okay. So when we're...
Can you see his eyes?
So when we're at a bar and out of nowhere she'll just plaster something onto my head, like a piece of paper with a name on it of something, a person, place, or thing, and then I have to guess what it is. So let's try it here in front of everyone. Is it a person?
No.
Okay, remember, it's only yes or no questions. Is it a place?
No.
Oh, is it a thing?
Yeah.
Okay, it's a thing. So is it a thing that's popular right now?
Yes.
Oh, it's a thing that is popular.
Really popular.
Right now, a thing that is popular.
Yes.
Is it something we use every day?
Yes.
Okay, a thing that's popular that we use every day.
Right now.
Toilet paper?
No.
Okay, I just thought that's something we use every day. All right, it's something that we use every day. Is it something that we use with a meal?
Yes.
Oh, it's something that we use with a meal. Okay, it's something, a Bloody Mary?
Yes.
Oh, there we go.
I didn't think you'd get it because you said every day, and I thought, well, it is every day right now while we're doing this, but it's not every day in real life. It's once a week. But yes, it was a Bloody Mary. Great job.
All right,
Gary's
so
great at the game.
You know, one thing when we're at happy hour, and we'll see another couple kind of just sitting there and not a lot of communication always going on. So guess what? One of you bring a piece of paper with something and just stick it on their head right in front of the bar. And guess what?
No one looks at you funny at all.
No.
They think it's normal.
And bars love it when you bring a little bit of an atmosphere. So the next time you're at a bar, next time you're at a bar, make sure you do that. Okay. Wendy, you're going to give us a recommendation for a movie. Before you do that, though, I just want everyone to hang tight because coming up right after the recommendation of the movie, we have a special on some things, how to make money during quarantine.
This is great. You're going to love
How
this.
to make
Stay
money during
tuned for
quarantine,
sure
so you
because a
don't
lot
wanna
of you will want to do this.
Miss that. All right, Wendy, do you have a movie recommendation for the audience?
I'm thinking 16 Candles.
Oh my gosh, what a great movie.
Great.
16 Candles, Molly Ringwald, and Anthony Michael Hall. Great movie.
Great cast.
In fact, in that same time frame, so it's a great family movie. The entire family can watch that movie.
Yes.
And it's a good comedy type of movie, and you'll enjoy it. The producer's saying, get this off my head. All right, I'm getting it. The note is coming
Forgot
off
that
my
was-
head.
That worked for you. It gave you a different look.
Yeah, I was kind of felt like I was wearing a hat all of a sudden. And,
yeah.
you know, now that my hair's out of control anyway, I thought that would be kind of cool.
But we're not thinking about what we look like. That's not what this is
It's
about.
not important.
No.
It's happy hour.
Got a
Have
lipstick,
fun.
but-
That's what we're doing. Okay, so another movie too, but in that same era, 16 Candles, was The Breakfast Club.
Yes, great movie.
Another good movie.
Yes.
A lot of mainstream actors in that one that became famous
Yeah.
after. Robert Downey Jr.
Yes.
was in that. There was a lot of people in that one too. So that's a great movie to keep an eye on. All right. So now, here's what everyone's been waiting for. It's Friday. We've been in quarantine. And you're thinking to yourself, is there anything I can do to make money? Well, we have some suggestions for you that we think are going to be really helpful.
Yes.
And we're going to start with be a live tutor. On FaceTime, you can be a tutor, live streaming. And if you have a particular subject, history, math, whatever it might be that you specialize in, some kids in school are used to always having a tutor.
Yeah.
So they're home now. Reach out to parents, reach out and say, listen, I'd be happy to still tutor them by a live stream, by FaceTime, and I guarantee you parents would be very excited about
Oh, yeah,
that.
absolutely.
Because guess what? Even though kids are homeschooling during this quarantine, we still want them to learn. We still want them to be their best. And because we have goals for them further in their education.
And we don't want them to struggle at home. And sometimes the parents aren't the best to help. So that tutor could be key during this time.
Yeah, so that's the thing to reach out for. You want to make a little extra money streaming that.
Yeah.
Another thing, and here's an interesting one, as I had mentioned earlier, babysitting. And then you said, well, a babysitter, if the parents are both working from home and they need some time, the babysitter can't go there.
Right.
So we had an idea where why don't you live stream or FaceTime a babysitter for 2 hours?
Yeah.
Give yourself a break. Let that babysitter entertain the kids. Read a book to them via live stream, via FaceTime. Read a book, play a game with them. There's a lot of things they can do. If you're a creative babysitter, guess what? It's a good way to make some more money.
Yes, absolutely. In fact, when our kids were young, we had a babysitter that brought a nanny bag, and she would bring her own games, her own toys, and the kids loved that. So it's the same thing.
That's a great idea.
It just freshens everything up and
Yeah,
gives
and it
you
gives
guys a
parents
little time to go
free
grab
time.
a little drinky.
Yeah. Now, we don't recommend it if the baby might be like 2 or 3.
No, there could be danger
You
involved.
can't just
They
sit
could get
them in
hurt.
front of a TV.
They might swallow something.
Yeah, you can't just sit them in
Yeah.
front. But
Right.
we know our viewers know that.
Yeah, of course they
Our
do.
viewers definitely
Yes.
know. All right, another thing is you're especially a life coach.
Yeah.
There's a lot of anxiety right now. People are out of work, unfortunately. They're in quarantine. They're confined in their house. They might have some anxiety and some
Yeah.
other things. So a life coach can also
Sometimes
live
people
stream.
depend on a therapist once a week, once a month, and believe me, everybody can use therapy no matter what. It helps you in so many ways grow.
Yeah, therapy doesn't mean something's wrong.
No, absolutely
Just wants
not.
to know.
Therapy's great.
Mhm.
So I think that's a great idea that you came up with. So I'm sure there's people that they can reach out to.
Yes, yes. And another way, if you want to make some money, you can write an article for a magazine. There's a lot of magazines, Reader's Digest, Popular Mechanics, Home and Garden. They have internet sites. They're looking for people to write articles. If your article gets accepted, guess what? They'll send you a check. You'll make a little bit of money. I'm
Wow.
not saying it's a whole lot, but it's a little
And
bit.
there's creative people out there that can do that, I'm sure.
Yes. Wendy, you had a great idea. Sell items in your house. Now that you've been cleaning up the house, you found things
Yes.
that people might be able to use.
Yes, and I think by selling, you don't have to come in contact with people, but now everyone's outside. We saw someone today on a bike. Put a bike up for sale. There might be people that were saying, we'll wait till spring. Well, the bike shops may be closed. So put your bike out there. Put some toys outside, maybe exercise equipment, or maybe now that everybody's at home, you need an extra TV. Put your old TVs, put them online. You could figure out how to, pay them.
PayPal. You go on
PayPal.
PayPal, yep.
So it's safe. So I think that's a great way to make money and to help people that are struggling right now and they don't have to put a lot of money out to buy this stuff.
I love it. I feel like I have to be careful with this bloody.
I don't think I'm touching mine
feel like
because
the
it
wings
just seems
could
like
fall
when I
off
look
there.
at it.
It was a little bit of a balancing act, putting these together. Two other jobs, too, that are really good. You can be a blogger. If there's a subject you're an expert at, start your own blog. And actually, you can get advertisers to come on that blog and you can make money that way. Or a web developer. Now that people are home, they're thinking to themselves, well, why don't I start my own web page? But I don't know how to do it. You could be a web developer and you could help people start their own web page. All right, Wendy, do you have... to end our great, incredible Friday happy hour, a positive thought for everyone?
I do. So this is a big one, and it's key. We did this way before quarantine. When you walk with your spouse, with your loved one, when you're out on your walk or run, don't talk about, ready for this? Don't talk about your kids, don't talk about work, and don't talk about finances.
Three things.
Three things. Because you're going to miss out on while you're out there having peace, looking at the trees, looking at just sunsets and like flowers right now and people outside in their yards. That gives you the peaceful feeling, the relaxed feeling. When you start talking about these things, it actually is not good energy when you're out there. So think about those three things not to talk about. You know, one time we saw a fox. It was late at night. So, you know, we could dwell on that for a little bit. So
remember the time we were walking and a guy had his dog, and it was we're kind of dog conscious when we walk, because if your dog's loose and they come at us, and
we're afraid.
Wendy's first comment to me is always, "You love dogs." Well, I don't love a dog when it's coming at my throat.
I'm like, you'll go first, right?
If
the dog comes.
So anyway, we're walking and there's this big Akita. Akita's about a 140-pound dog, but we see the guy in the yard has it on a leash, so we're thinking, "Oh, this is fine. This is fine. We'll go right by this house. Everything will be cool." Next thing you know, the Akita jumps out at us. The guy falls down. He's on the ground now, holding this leash on his belly. And all we're doing is we're like, please don't let go of that leash. Please don't let go of that leash. As we are trying to get through. So you know what we do now? We don't go down that street anymore.
No, we don't. We never go
down that street anymore. Maybe that was what his purpose was. But listen, if you're a dog owner, keep your dog confined, because even though I love dogs, I don't want one coming at me. All right, Wendy, great positive thought.
Yes, thank you.
Sorry I went off on a tangent.
No, it was a good story.
But
it was a funny story if you were there at the time.
So next week, we're taking off for the weekend, because weekend, Saturday, Sunday, we're going to spend some more family time. We're not going to be putting the show, but we'll be back Monday, starting our happy hours once again. And when we come back, we're going to have a couple things going on, like how to navigate the food store at this time, and which bills to pay. It's a new month. We're going to tell you which bills to pay. But we want you to catch up on old episodes. If you missed one of our old episodes over the weekend, catch up. Also, remember to watch our video go to YouTube channel, Wendy Fisher, We Real. That's our YouTube channel. Subscribe to our channel when you're there. And this is where we want you to post this episode, which Bloody Mary you like best. Remember all 5 Bloody Marys. If you forget, go back and watch an old video. Post the one that you like best this week, and we'll be excited to see it. And guess what? We have all new Bloodies for next week. We've got some great shows. I'm Gary.
I'm Wendy.
We
have
Real.
a great weekend.
And have a safe and happy weekend, and we'll see you next week.